Wow, DoorDash just made a massive change to most every single marketplace, affecting your earnings, perhaps how you dash, and we're gonna go over everything in this video. A big change if your side hustle is DoorDash. Again, this is breaking. They just changed this in the last week or so, expanding from some marketplaces to more marketplaces to, basically every nationwide, at least state. We'll see the entire list here a little bit later in the stream here, talking about Dasher rewards. So what's changing here? If you're a DoorDash Dasher, this is what DoorDash says. This, they still said at the time, pilot program consolidates the following existing program. So if your marketplace didn't have this Dasher rewards, you had this. You had Top Dasher. You had Priority Access. You had the large order program or the catering program, early access scheduling, VIP support. Now, the way that worked prior is there's different qualifications. Okay, I got to get 50% acceptance rate, 70%, whatever it is for priority access. Then I have access to the higher paying orders in my marketplace, whatever. Qualifications for Top Dasher, etc. That is now consolidated under this one program, Dasher Rewards. What does this mean for me if I am in one of these existing programs? It means all of those aforementioned programs, these programs right here, they're gone, at least as you prior knew it. The existing programs that we consolidated will no longer be active in the mentioned submarkets above and have been replaced with the new Dasher Rewards, if we can even still call it a pilot program here. So if your marketplace is affected here, let me know down below in the comments or the live chat if you're watching this live. Do you have Dasher Rewards? Because most likely you do now. Is it new or have you had it for some time? Let us know if it's new or if you've had it, and if you've had it for how long here. Because the old programs are gone. Let me show you what's changing here. So back in June 2023, it was highlighted in yellow in the screenshot at the time. They didn't include it, but there was 3 marketplaces: Lubbock, Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas, and one other, Corvallis, I believe. June of 2023, when this was first launched as a pilot program. Fast forward to October 2023. Now here in this screenshot, at least shown in green, the 22 marketplaces added in October of just last year. And then we go again a couple of months, January 2024 now, 25 marketplaces highlighted in orange. And then more recently, March of 2024. You can see, can you see the ramping here? So we started with 3 marketplaces, 22, 25, 52. You're starting to ramp here. And then now, May of 2024, we have the biggest ramp that I've ever seen. I'm going to show you here in a little bit. Drop a like on this video. All I do here is help you make money in different side hustles. And when things change like this, your strategy might need to change, because in this case, the company that we're highlighting, they're changing a lot of things that are affecting you. Okay, well, how does this stuff work? So once you qualify for a level under this Dasher Rewards, you'll automatically be eligible. That is your acceptance rate, completion rate, customer rating. Sometimes it'll take about 48 hours to change. That's typically what I've seen from the large order program, the catering program, and most of the times it's instantaneous. So you hit it, you get the incentive. But if you fall out of it, you lose it instantly. By the way, I've been dashing here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for at least, a month and a half, 2 months. I'm trying to remember here, maybe more, on Dasher Rewards. I've done hours and hours of dashing on this Dasher Rewards. I'll talk to that for you in a little bit if you're new as well. So what requirements must I meet to qualify if you're new here? Well, now it depends on the area, the marketplace. Please check your ratings tab. That used to not be the case. It used to be, all right, hey, here, qualify, hit these metrics. This is in June of 2023. When we first started seeing this stuff, there was one umbrella. So, all right, there's 3 tiers on Dasher Rewards: silver, gold, platinum. At the very minimum, you would need to hit 50% acceptance rate, have a 90% completion rate, which means you can only cancel 10 will unassign, cancel, whatever you want to call it, after you've accepted an offer, and then you unassign it, okay? 90%. At one point as a dasher, you could unassign up to 20%, at least without fear of deactivation. That's most likely the case. We can check the terms of service here. But for this program, for Dasher Rewards, it's only a 10% window. 90% completion rate. Emergencies on the road, restaurant wait times take too long. Oh, it's a shop and deliver. Oh, I didn't realize there's a 20-item shop and deliver. I want to unassign it. Customer rating 4.5 on that silver status. Again, this is when it was initially launched in June 2023. Customer rating, don't worry about it. You should have easily a customer rating of 4.5 or higher. You should honestly be at 4.8 or higher. Want to let you know, Gen 2 of our course, Mastering Delivery, the best A to Z course to master these food delivery platforms, that's coming. So if you're struggling with that, I'll leverage my experience in customer service to help you increase that customer rating. Lifetime deliveries completed 50. Okay, you can do this pretty quickly. Gold, though, and platinum, a 70% AR there. It's getting up there. Accepting 70% of prospective orders here, and then 95% completion rate for platinum status. Now, look, remember, it said now it might vary by market. So I thought about that, having dashed for the past month and a half, 2 months on Dasher Rewards. And I looked at my most recent dash, and this is what I had. Okay, let me find out. Since it's apparently no longer an umbrella, it's not an umbrella qualification. Okay, I have 71% acceptance rate. I have 93 deliveries in the last rolling 30 days. And I saw this. Let's look further. This is here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You can go into your ratings tab right now if you have this, and you can check what qualifies. So wait a minute. I took a look. Hold on. I took a look at this and I said, well, 50% AR for silver, 90% completion rate, again, unassigning 10%, but then 95% now for gold. Wait a minute. Look back in June. Whenever there was that umbrella qualification for everyone, it was a 90% completion rate for gold. Hold on. Now Pittsburgh is 95%. Yeah, I didn't really notice that until I went back and checked for you. So now here, what that means, here in Pittsburgh, I could only unassign 5% of orders to hit that 95% completion rate. So I would have to be very critical of what I accept. Oh, this whatever Applebee's that I accepted, it's usually pretty good, but for whatever reason, our system's down. We actually just got that order. It's a busy weekend. Yeah, it's going to be 25 minutes. If I unassign that, that's what affects your completion rate because you're no longer completing it, yet you've accepted it. So you unassign it. If I'm trying to get gold, which remember, I already have, then that's going to affect my completion rate. Yeah, once is fine, but 5% now. And then look at platinum. The big difference there, don't worry about customer rating. You should be fine there. It's the rolling 100 deliveries in the last 30 days. Okay, interesting. So the qualifications do vary now, but then look at this. Some marketplaces have additional regulations. Seattle and New York City. California, you have Prop 22, statewide legislation there. So it's a little different perhaps for you as well. But look at this example. Some marketplaces, 80% acceptance rate, 60% acceptance rate. This is in New York City on the bottom. 95% completion rate minimum, 97%. And then higher customer ratings, and then double as many deliveries in the last 30 days. Now, that's in part due to different regulations in New York City, okay? And Seattle is going to see something similar. So, what about a new Dasher, though? Because this new Dasher Rewards program that's expanding to an unprecedented, I'll say that easily, amount of new marketplaces. If you're seeing this, you're like, well, I just signed up. I was thinking about dashing, doing this thing as a side hustle. What about you? Okay, well, DoorDash says, for those new Dashers who just joined DoorDash and have completed less than 50 deliveries, you have access to special perks on your first 50 deliveries. They're not saying it, but basically what that means is they're going to give you a trial basis to whatever's in your marketplace. So if you have the older programs, they'll say, well, here's top Dasher benefits. But most likely, now this is going to mean if you're a new Dasher, if you've done less than 50 deliveries, you'll get a trial run of probably platinum, probably the highest level, maybe silver and gold, but most likely platinum perks there to show you what it's like. And then after the 50, then you'll be on the basis to qualify there. So if you're a current Dasher, like myself, okay, let us know in the live chat in the comments how long you've been dashing, what marketplace, and then how many deliveries have you done? Let us know down below in the comments so we can compare there. Every new Dasher that signs up, they're going to get a little taste and in essence, almost leapfrog you. Like, well, I'm down here, I'm grinding away, I'm doing all these deliveries, and someone signs up like tomorrow and they're like, oh, hey there, I have platinum status because I just signed up. That's going to sting a little bit too. Okay, is Dasher rewards worth it? Again, I have dashed, well, I don't even know how many hours, 60, 70, I don't know, like 2 months worth basically, part-time, because all I do here is help you make money in different side hustles. Not just DoorDash, by the way. Consider subscribing. If you are, thank you. How's my experience been on Dasher rewards? Okay, let's go over some of the perks. And remember, stay tuned. I'm going to show you all the insane amount of new marketplaces, but I need you to understand this first because this is like the big deal with Dasher reward. This is the big deal right here. Pay attention. If you stepped away, look at this. This is very important because the high paying offers are, quote, per DoorDash. This perk gives qualifying Dashers priority for high paying orders. Dashers who have unlocked this perk will get priority access, which increases the likelihood of seeing a high-paying order. Dashers will get even higher priority as a rewards status increases across silver, gold, and platinum. So I'm doing all this work to like chase this basically. That's what I did for the past over a month to try to get this. So here's an example. This is what your order screen will look like. Maybe it's a little bit different, right? Because sometimes different marketplaces are different. It says high paying offer. I have that little tag there. 1775. This is just one example. 6.8 miles. All right, cool. Look at it. So these high paying offers, this is the most updated definition because this stuff changes. That's another thing I do for you. I follow this stuff regularly. The high paying offers can vary over time by area and by delivery distance. DoorDash calculates high paying orders based on total pay, which includes the base pay, that's their contribution, $2 to $10, peak pay, the bonus pay, not hourly, per offer, because from at least what I've seen, there's no Dasher rewards on earn by time. Consider that as well. At least I haven't seen the little tag that I showed you there, that little tag that's only on earn per offer. At least what I've seen here, and tips. So they're saying, well, hey, this order pays a lot. So yeah, it's a high paying offer. Now, is it worth it? So look at that order that I just showed you. It was $17.75 earned per offer, quoted for 6.8 miles, estimated distance. It was one restaurant pickup, and it was one shop and deliver for 12 items. So here is a breakdown. This is just one example. I'm one driver and one marketplace. That's where our team here so we can compare. Is that worth it for you? So the original order, I got it at 2:45 p.m. If you look in the screenshot, the top left, it is now 3:30 basically. So basically took 45 minutes for $17.75. Now let's say it was 7.8 miles, because if you didn't know, when you get these offers, like it said right here, 6.8 miles below the pay. Okay. But, it's estimated. Sometimes it doesn't consider where you're currently at, that little blue dot you can see, to drive, in this case, to that first restaurant pickup. So I did the calculations. It's about a mile away. Let's say it was not calculating that. Let's say it's a mile away. So 7.8 miles. That is $2.28 per mile. Now, my goal for you is at least $1.75 paid up per mile, because every year the IRS gives you an optional standard mileage deduction that summarizes the cost of operating a vehicle for business. This year, it's 67 cents per business mile. So, all right, we want a margin there of the expenses versus the gross revenue. I got to pay taxes on that. And again, have a margin of actual profit because you're wearing down your vehicle for that. So my take, $17.75, 45 minutes, $2.28 paid up per mile. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty decent there. Now, I want to make $20+ an hour. I want obviously as much as possible. Our goal has always been $25 an hour, which is getting, frankly, harder and harder to get. You really got to squeeze out profitability, not just on DoorDash, but on these side hustle apps in general. So hopefully we can get another order quickly there too, because again, this took 45 minutes. I still have some time in the hour, squeeze out another short order. So what about this one? Now, this is silver. I'm going to make a very important point here. Stay with me. 525.8 miles, Arby's. Is it worth it? What do you think? We're talking about this because this is coming probably to your marketplace if it's not already. This is what you're going to see if you're going to go for Dasher rewards. Is it worth it? Silver status, at least here in Pittsburgh, 50% AR. Is all this stuff worth it? 525.8 miles. Does that sound like a high paying offer to you? If you took away that green tag, if I look at that, I'm like, well, it's a good dollars to mile ratio. How much am I getting paid per mile driven? Go to yourdrivermike.com. We have a free terms and strategies guide. So you can understand some of the terminology we use. Dollars to mile ratio. How much am I getting paid per mile driven? Again, that's a free terms and strategies guide at yourdrivermike.com. I look at that. The cash flow, 525, it's 3:43 p.m. You can see in the top left, 6:56. It's not going to take that long, 13 minutes or so. So I talk about a volume strategy, taking more low-paying offers and taking more of them per hour, or the margin strategy, taking less volume but higher margins, like $10 orders ideally, and we always want a good dollars to mile ratio. So either of those strategies can make you good money, but there's more variables with the volume strategy. Because if I do 4 of these an hour, because it's going to take, let's say 15 minutes, I'm just parking, possible delays, right? I still am not going to call this a high paying offer. Remember, DoorDash is calculating high paying offers based on all of this stuff: base pay, peak pay, and tips. What they're not really telling you is that, at least what they're not telling you anymore, is they used to define it as just flat out orders that paid $2 a mile, flat out $2+ a mile. They don't say that anymore. Now, stay tuned. I'm going to do a video that goes over all of the actual numbers of all of my Dasher rewards shifts. But I'll tell you this, that in my experience, at least, every single silver, golden, platinum, I was a little short of platinum, but every silver and gold offer I got was over $2 a mile. That's my personal experience. They've removed that verbiage from their support page, but that's what I've seen. Look, that is good. That's a good thing, over $2 a mile. But what I found, again, stay tuned for that complete summary video. Subscribe here so you can see that, is on earn per offer this way. There we go. That will pay me more per mile. But orders like this, I got a little bit less per hour because of it. Come on, 525. The cash flow, it's not really there. If I can do 4 of them, then yeah, it'll be decent. But I'm trying to squeeze out 4. You got to get enough orders, etc. So on earn by time, I got the inverse. I got more pay per hour on earn by time, but a little less pay per mile. Again, conversely, more pay per mile on Dasher rewards on earn per offer, but less pay per hour. Dude, we want both. I know. Moving on. Another perk of this Dasher rewards, this priority access to Dash Now, but something's changed, by the way. Something's changed. This is why I watch this stuff. So they will say you'll get priority access to Dash Now when available. You know, Dash Now, when you just like go online, you can either schedule or just click on that red Dash Now just to go online. Like, hey, boom, go online. But if it's not available, if it's grayed out, or there's too many dashers or not enough demand or a combination of both, it won't let you Dash Now. It'll say Dash Now is currently unavailable. But if you have this perk, you have priority access. But in some areas, dashers may be able to Dash Now regardless of when it's busy or not. Only in some areas? Hold on. Back in February of last year, you said under Top Dasher that Top Dashers could Dash Now at any time, regardless, quote, of whether it's busy or not. So the change I'm telling you is under Dasher rewards, priority access to Dash Now does not mean everyone can Dash Now anymore. Only in some areas, quote. The old program, as long as you were Top Dasher, you could Dash at any time. That was literally what it was called, Dash Anytime as a perk. Not anymore. Only some areas have Dash basically anytime. Just want to show you that. Okay, so here's all the perks. We went over priority access to high paying orders. Okay, the first one. Skip advanced scheduling. That's great. That's a nice perk. If your marketplace has a lot of volume, right? Competition, dashers. VIP support, not a huge perk. That's kind of a filler perk, in my opinion. Dasher support is already, at least what I've seen, like a minute, 2 minute, 3 minute wait time. I understand my time and your time is valuable. You don't want to be sitting there waiting on support. So sure, in some marketplaces that have a lot of support volume, but still it's the supporting cores aren't going to like help centers in your marketplace. I'm sure they're probably centralized support centers anyway. Sure, it's a little beneficial, whatever. Access to the large order program only for platinum dashers. Something that I was trying to go for. It's important because DoorDash has said it has the potential to pay 2 to 3 times as much. Listen, and all this research I've done, I have not seen any dashers. Let me know. Could you let me know in the live chat in the comment section? Have you thrived on the large order program, which is catering? You need like a catering bag. Have you thrived? Like, yeah, dude, I get a ton of those catering orders. If you do, fantastic. But most every dasher that I've seen comment on that, they're like, yeah, I'll get 1 or 2 a week. And it's nice because, again, it could pay a lot. But you're not going to thrive on the large order. Little hack for you, catering runs in general, like catering side hustles can be fantastic because it's higher ticket. So if it's a 10% tip on a $300 office order, it's a $30 tip. So I love catering. Look at Deliver that. Look at Delivered, D-L-I-V-R-E-R-D, my goodness. D-L-I-V-R-D, because you need that modern spelling, right? We got to move some letters, make it look fancy. Local, regional options. Sign up for catering side hustle apps. I like them. In addition to your little arsenal here, right? Options. All right, new markets. So let me show you all the new markets here that were just added in the last week or so. And this might shock you. Kind of shocked me a little bit. Take a look. Here's all of the new markets. Remember, it was like the last edition was, 52 markets. Take a look. And let me do this for you. Let me actually pin the full list here so you can see it in the live chat. If you're watching the replay, don't worry. I will put it in the description. Look at all these marketplaces. Oh, by the way, that's just page 2 of 7. Look at this. Again, feel free to check it out on your own. I pinned the link there for you, and I'll put it in the description on the replay. Unreal. Now, I'm going to keep scrolling here. Obviously, Go to that site if you want to see it more closely. Guys, what are we doing? What? DoorDash, what are we doing? Why are we posting new marketplaces in the most haphazard, zero organizational format possible, guys? What are we doing? What is this list? Can we post by state? Pennsylvania, boom, marketplaces. California, boom, marketplaces. No, we didn't do that. Can we post, I don't know, alphabetical order? Nope. No, we didn't do that. Okay. I don't know. This is the most, even they say, oh yeah, just use the search function, Control plus F on Windows or Command plus F on Mac. What are we doing, guys? Why is it that hard? You got to make it as hard as possible. Oh, and by the way, a cherry on top here is some of them will just list like a city, and then some will list the city and state. So it's like you can't even really put it into a list sorter, because the sorter, like alphabetizer, doesn't even like know, because there's so many commas. Like, look at this: Lewiston, PA, and then just El Paso. But then also Victoria, Texas. Okay, yes, I know that's El Paso, Texas. I mean, unreal. But anyway, some of them have the state, some of them just have the city. I'm going to give you a few more moments to look at this because I want to move on. A basically nationwide wild list of new marketplaces. Now, someone let me know, it is very unorganized. Yes. Someone let me know if you have it in Colorado. I did a search here. I did a Control F. I looked for Colorado abbreviation. I didn't see it. I looked for Denver. I looked for Colorado Springs. I looked for Aurora, I think was one. I didn't see Colorado. I assume it's in here. Maybe not. Let us know. Help me out here. One more second. These are all the new marketplaces that have Dasher rewards. Oh, by the way, speaking of Colorado, every other state is listed. Every other state. I didn't see Colorado, but every other state. But hey, if you're in Colorado, if you got a market, if you're in one of those markets and you got an email, let me know. Let us know. So those are the new markets. So challenges, because this is coming to literally hundreds of thousands of Dashers. I believe the number is 2 million Dashers. I can't quite remember what DoorDash reported last, but there is tons of Dashers, here in the US, nationwide, and across international markets as well. So here are the challenges from someone who's had Dasher rewards, who's dashed on Dasher rewards. I've seen silver, I've seen gold. I've done the cherry picking stuff, just trying to pick out single orders. Here's what I would tell you. Challenge is number one. Accessing high paying offers requires, again, at least 50% acceptance rate or more. Higher tiers are 70% or more. So what that means is you have no access to the high paying offers if you're not willing to accept a lot. And I think that's going to really be a struggle for a lot of people. It was a challenge for myself included because I was not used to that. I just cherry picked, it's called, like picked the highest margin offers, because there's no acceptance rate minimum, by the way. Don't be scared if you're new. You cannot be deactivated as an independent contractor just based on acceptance rate, which means I only accept 1% of orders. You're allowed to do that. Just don't accept and then cancel, because there is that completion rate minimum. 80%, and then in some marketplaces, 90%. Just go to DoorDash, search completion rate minimums, or check your app. But this is walling off high paying offers. So if you don't have 50% or 70% or whatever it is, 80% AR, you are fourth in line behind platinum, gold, silver, and then you. Yeah. Next challenge. I have found anecdotally that because this is based on acceptance rating, it shifts decision-making back to DoorDash, back to the platform more than you as a Dasher. This is my opinion. But what I found is, look, statistically, if literally high paying offers are walled off behind 50 to 70% AR and the other qualifications, you're going to see less high paying offers because you're not a Dasher rewards dasher. So if you're going to go for it, like, yeah, I'll get 50%, whatever, I'll bite the bullet, I'll get 50% AR. Then you'll start getting access to the high paying offers. But what does it do? It kind of forces you to keep accepting stuff. It kind of forces you to get that minimum 50% AR, because if you fall below it, instantly that benefit's gone. And you go back to being even lower in that priority. And it stings, I'll tell you that. Now, you can certainly still get high margin offers, right? They're there, but especially if you're trying to keep 50 to 70%, it just keeps you accepting. Actually, what else it does, look, so much so that DoorDash said December of 2023, this is somewhat unrelated, but still kind of related, that a higher acceptance rate, this is at the top here, nudges down inactive time. Time you're just sitting there without an offer, you're not getting paid on it. You do not want inactive time, okay? So that's one of the reasons I teach you to multi-app and multi-niche. Sign up for as many of these side hustle platforms as you can. So if you're sitting there with nothing on DoorDash, you'll get, I don't know, a Bungie offer. You'll get a Rover assignment. You'll get an Instacart, TaskRabbit, whatever it is, Amazon Flex instant offer, right? Because you're using your free time, which is valuable. So don't just rely on one thing. Okay. So DoorDash said, if your AR is between 50% and 100%, look, your share of inactive time went down, shown in dark red. If you accept less offers, 20% to 50%, look how much inactive time you have. You have 25 to almost 50% of your time online is inactive. And then if your acceptance rate is less than 20%, cherry picking, look, half your time is inactive, up to 75+%. This is per DoorDash, December 2023. Listen, I saw this and it makes sense. Like, yeah, if I accept offers on your platform, 50% plus, of course I'm going to have less inactive time because I'm just accepting stuff. But that does not tell the whole story of, like, is it worth it to accept, like, yeah, my inactive time is down to 25% on the average here, but am I making more money or simply driving for that dollar a mile and I'm active, but profitability wise, end of the day, come tax time, dollar a mile, and you put 40, 50,000 miles on your vehicle, is it really worth it? If you're doing this stuff for fun, then, I mean, I don't know, but you probably don't care about. Moving on, challenges. Platinum status, the highest level to priority access to high paying offers. It requires constant dashing. It's making it difficult, if not impossible. I'll say that for part-time dashers. DoorDash says for years, they've said this, that on average, dashers are out there for like less than 5 hours a week, not a day, like a week. 80+%, 90% per DoorDash. I'm forgetting the figure here, but like over 80% of that, you're doing this part-time, you have income from another source, well, which I agree with. I would say, yeah, most people are doing this as a side hustle, a couple hours here and there after work, weekends, nights, whatever. But if you want platinum status, then how can you hit that? 100 deliveries in the last rolling 30 days? And it's rolling. So if you have like a crazy day and you do like 20 deliveries, like nice. I'll just go all in on 1 week. 20 deliveries a day, 5 days for 1 week. I got my 100. I'm accepting everything. I'm a platinum dasher. And you can't coast because eventually it's going to be rolling, 30 days, and here comes the week at the end of the rolling, and it just tanks. Then you drop 20 deliveries, you dropped another 20 deliveries, you dropped another 20. So you have to keep driving consistently. It's going to be difficult to maintain that for platinum, but maybe that's not who it's targeted towards, platinum. continuing for challenges, you might see more shop and deliver on earn per offer. Thanks to you, again, we're a team here. I'm one person. There's a lot of stuff in this gig economy to track for you, but I try my best. You might see more shop and deliver on earn per offer because in my experience and in a lot of your experience that have shared on videos on DoorDash, thank you, that they're not seeing, other Dashers and myself, we're not seeing shop and deliver on earn by time. So if you're like me, if you're like, I do not want to be in an Aldi shopping for 15 items or Target, and then, oh, no, it's not in stock. Oh, is it over there? Oh, no, it's actually in aisle G47. I got to leave, like versus order for Bob, get the food and go, versus that really inconvenience of shopping and delivering it. So you're probably not going to see that on earn by time. That's what we're all seeing here. Now, we're also looking for Dasher rewards coming soon. So strategy. Here's what I would do if Dash Rewards is coming to your marketplace. So let's bring it back up. I'm going to show you one more time as I go over the strategy of what I would do in all of these marketplaces. And I'm seeing in the live chat that, yeah, we're not seeing Colorado, but let us know again down below if you do get an email for Colorado. Should you go for Dasher Rewards? On Dasher Rewards, again, I've seen on earn per offer, higher pay per mile, but less per hour. Earn by time, the inverse. More pay per hour, less pay per mile. So what's the trade-off for you? Which one makes more sense for you? Okay, if I had to pick one, would I want more pay per mile or per hour? That is tricky. If you need, here, I'll tell you this, if you need money, if you're looking pay off stuff, you just need cash flow, you want to make some money, then go for the pay per hour, possibly earn by time. If you need better margin on your vehicle, you're worried about running your vehicle in the ground, you want to keep that vehicle for a while, or you just want the highest margin, then you might want to do earn per offer. This is on Dasher Rewards. So you'll get a little bit more pay per mile, but maybe less per hour. So the margin's there, but you might be making $18 an hour, or 17, maybe 19, but at least the margin's there on the vehicle. Is either ideal? Not really. The ideal would be the same thing I've told you for like years now. It's a high 175 plus per mile, ideally $2 to $3 per mile, and $20 plus an hour, ideally 25 plus an hour. But that's statistically what I've been seeing. Your results may vary, but this is coming to a lot of marketplaces. What about if I don't want to go for Dasher Rewards? If you don't want to go for Dasher Rewards, in fact, my next shifts, because I've done this stuff for like 2 months now, I think I'm just going to try it without going for Dasher Rewards. It just cherry picking, as it's called, just picking the highest margins. I think now more than ever, unfortunately, you're going to run into more ambiguity, as in like, I can't rely on the stability that I could 3 years ago, 4 years ago, because they didn't have this. I think you're going to see more Dashers experimenting with Dasher Rewards. If you're in the top 5, maybe 10 marketplaces for DoorDash, like just congested, like Miami, New York City. Again, New York City is a little bit different with regulations there. Markets in California, again, the Prop 22, a little bit different there. But if you're in very dense marketplaces, you might have more Dashers that are going for Dasher Rewards, which is going to make it tougher if you're not going to go for Dasher Rewards yourself. I think then if you're not going to go for Dasher Rewards, you better be multi-apping and multi-niching. You better be driving on all of the food delivery you can. I'd sign up for the catering. I would sign up for whatever you can. Large item if you can. LTL, less than truck if your vehicle is equipped. I would do, look at package delivery, look at whatever, look at ride share, look at stuff that makes sense for you. Because, there's stats that say different cities like different platforms better. I don't have the graphic up right now, but there's different cities that like more people are using DoorDash. And then this city, more people might be using Uber Eats. So if you're just driving on one, don't do that. Sign up for all of them and then multi-niche in different niches as well, because there might be something much better in your marketplace. But closing thoughts for you. This is here. This is already live in these marketplaces. If it's not, it's coming immediately, because this was probably a good 2 weeks ago. And let me know. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Drop a like in this video. Appreciate you being here. And we'll see you in the next one.